Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, the Confidence Coach. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. Today, I would like to speak briefly about the value of sticking with it in business. As I thought about coming here live to speak with you about principles, practices, tools, tips, and strategies for women in business for themselves, I realized that most, or if not all of my work can apply in both life and business. In my marketing for my business, I say that I offer women in the second half of life confidence in life or business. And the same applies with these tools and tips and strategies that I'm sharing about my intuitive business system. One of the things I've learned from being in business myself for 30 years, and more recently over the last decade, being in a different kind of business, the online business, sharing wisdom through marketing, personal coaching groups, writing books, etc., is the importance of sticking with something. When I do business development coaching with people, when I do business confidence coaching with people, I often talk about the Coca-Cola logo or other familiar brands like McDonald's. These are great examples of just one thing. The red logo brand, the golden arches, same for decades on end. There's nothing different about it. There's many examples of businesses like this that you know that you shop in every day. It happened with Starbucks, the Starbucks brand, the idea of a lounge for coffee, the idea that your coffee has to have espresso, has to be espresso, no longer just regular coffee. That's been going on for decades now. If you understand what I'm talking about, your business will benefit and grow. Most people who are entrepreneurial or entrepreneurs have many talents, gifts, and ideas. They have a little bit of the shiny penny syndrome where you're following sparkly things and you do different things along the way. One of my clients who just came back to me, as often happens in my coaching work, I worked with her last year and she's starting up with me again, spent years actually building and growing a side business, which was really just kind of a side hustle. She had a regular, great full-time job. And now that she's going to be at a different life stage where she's wanted to focus on that side business fully now, she's thinking about the idea that it hasn't really gone very well. She hasn't gotten very many clients. And she's thinking about the idea of switching it up and basically giving that up and moving in another direction. And I said to her, why would you do this? You have the intuition of it. It's fun for you. You enjoy it. The only thing that didn't happen was you didn't focus on it for good reason. She was younger. She had a full-time job. She had a marriage to keep together, as most of us, do have to work to keep relationships solid, and other things in her life as well. And so she was frustrated and disappointed that she didn't have more clients. But I asked her a simple question. When was the last time that you rolled out a strategy to attract clients? She had to honestly say, I haven't. There is no marketing strategy for her business. She just did a little here, did a little there, and nothing happened from it. I said, if you're serious about wanting to go forward in this, then let's focus on the intuitive business system. Let's really understand the opportunity that we have and really leverage the time, money, and effort that you have put in over many years to build a website, to create systems and packages. And let's see if we can leverage everything that you've done. I've learned myself the importance of sticking with it. Over time, certain ideas come and go, programs go up and down, and so on. That's the ebb and flow of business naturally. In my case, the type of business that I have, and most of the people I work with, is when you're a person focusing, sharing your own wisdom, or perhaps sharing your own products that you are creating. So it's a small business, it's a small enterprise, but that doesn't mean that you can't make money. I am fierce about helping women make money in their businesses now. It's something that I speak about every day with all of my clients. It just came up today. Oh yeah, in a podcast conversation, I was talking about it with someone about the importance of women having independent sources of money from the joint accounts that sometimes they don't have control over. So I want to invite you to consider this idea that I'm speaking about today, and that is sticking with it. Don't stick with it if what you've always done hasn't worked in the past, but stick with the ideas, stick with the vision, and especially if you feel it, if you love the work that you do, if you love the service that you offer, if you love the outcomes and impact that you can make from sharing your wisdom gleaned and gained, then the only thing you really need to do is shift a little bit and create a system for your business. No business happens without systems in place. No business happens without a good structure to follow. And underlying it all is accountability. If you don't know things, you can't know everything about business, but if you don't know things, then how can you do things, right? So then finding an accountability partner to work with, it might be in the form of a coach, a mentor, an advisor, a partner in business. There's different ways to do this. But I encourage you to think about it, because right now we really, really need people who are smart, thoughtful, compassionate, caring about humanity and the world, and can do well in business to support the economy and to support our local communities. So don't cast it aside until you've really created a system, done some deep diving, and figure out what could work differently for you, what could work better for you. You may recall when Coca-Cola tried to change up its brand and its recipe. It didn't go well for the, humongous conglomerate. And so they went back to the original recipe and the original brand. They have diversified a little bit, but they didn't get rid of their original. They kept their original and they added new options. And so this message today is important. If you're hearing this video, if you're seeing me, whenever you are seeing it, I hope you understand why it's important to stick with it in business. When you stick with it in business, you become known for that thing. You become known. It's recognizable. It's familiar. I'm not saying that you never shift. I'm not saying that you never, move with the ebb and flow of the changes of business. That's not what I'm talking about. But don't give it up. Don't give it over if you haven't given it a really good go by having a good system for your business. If I can support you in that, I'd love to. I have a great system that works for me and has worked for many people who have hired me. It's called the Intuitive Business System. It's especially good for women in business for themselves. If that's you, and if I can support you, please contact me. All right, friends, that's it for today. See you again in the Confidence Zone.